That little three-wheeler shit right there was fire. Players like you ain't even notice. Go act like that. They want to see me down. Hit you in your back, flap, flap, flap. Hit you in your head, nigga, that's that. Alright, let's get it. And the knife in and oh shit, the choppers is out. I didn't even notice that. I ran downstairs real quick. Jiggy stays on. What you don't see is what you get. Money gives me a lot of diamonds in that. Tell me to find a man of them, a man of them. You know I keep the Uzi strapped by the neck piece and get clapped in your neck piece. You ever got slapped by a wet freak? I swear to sometimes none of the bars I be spitting make sense. I just be saying dumb shit. So like, don't quote me on none of this. Alright? Like, please don't quote me on any of this. And I keep the gap by the leg bone. You get clapped in your neck bone. Let's go in the rectone. With the mother mommies. I keep the gap by the neck piece. You get clapped in your neck. Chomp. Yo, don't know. You don't know. You feel me? You don't know. Oh shit. Nah, I see. No one can do better. Teach you in diamonds and leather. This fucking Apple Watch be like, breathe. Like, nigga, what the fuck? I'm breathing. What you mean breathe? Don't tell me to breathe. Breathe. Baby yourself out here, don't you? And we squeeze off and leave off with your hand leaking. I'm gonna get yours. Oh shit. Baby, ain't shit. That's just like 50. I'm on the going around the road, man. Said I'm on the road for real. And I keep the gap by the man? Welcome to the stream, my boy. What's good? What's good? What's good? Take a trip to Cali, go pop up at the No Jumper podcast. Just chill there, be nosy and shit. Yo, I love these chips. They're my favorite chips right now, right? But I'm pretty sure these shits have just fried my the palate, like the taste buds on my tongue, like fried them. The right side of my tongue, which is I usually chew on the right side of my mouth. The right side of my tongue is like numb, like numb, but like a lot of candy or like a lot of sour shit, and your tongue just feels like it hurts or something. Like I don't know how to explain it. But I probably ain't gonna finish that bag. Probably need to drink some milk or something. It's not like a hot, like a spicy hot. It's just like my tongue is like fried. Like I couldn't even enjoy those first few pieces of pizza. Oh damn, my nigga. Don't be nothing. Now it's your hand out there. I don't owe you nothing. Castle Hill. Funny thing about this song right here, French Montana, Ain't Worried About Nothing. If you go on my Instagram and scroll all the way down to like the beginning part, I got a picture with me and French Montana in the club in Club Envy in New Jersey. This is when he was like really, really hot, and I still am, but I was friends with, at the time we were hanging out more, but I'm friends with one of his close friends. His name's Ted City. You can look him up on Instagram too. Ted City. Ted T-D City C-I-T-I, right? He was French Montana's road manager when he first got popping. Not when he first made music and all that, because he's been making music since the early 2000s. But when he really first got popping, like around the beginning of the Bad Boy deal, I got cool with one of his friends, and his name's Ted City. He was his road manager. Met him out here in PA through another friend of mine. But I would go, basically, like, when a lot of rappers on the East Coast, and I'm sure they do this in the Midwest and the West Coast, when rappers are doing shows close to their hometown, like, they'll let their friends know, like, you know, to pull up so the club could be packed and all that shit. Like, alright, so what French was doing was, this is like a hustle for the bodyguards and the security and shit. Wherever French had a show, either in New Jersey, PA, or New York, whenever he was doing shows in this area, in the tri-state, Delaware too, and Connecticut, basically we would go to the show, we'd be with Ted, we would go to the show, and we would give his bodyguard like $75 or $100, and we'd pretty much be with the entourage. We'd be a part of the entourage for the whole night. Now, when you think about it, $100. I mean, wherever he's performing at probably costs more to get in there, anyways, and that's just the cost to get in. You still gotta pay to drink. You gotta pay to drink, chill, whatever. You know what I mean? You pay $100 and you're pretty much entourage for the night. And you're chilling. So, anyways, the one night, if you go on my Instagram and you see the picture of me and French Montana, it's funny because my boy was like, yo, y'all look alike, but it's really just because we got big foreheads, and since the light was on me, it was like I looked a little more light-skinned than I am. But anyways, the night that I took that picture with him, he was performing in the club. We're all on stage with him and shit, and I went to the bar. I was going to the bar to go buy a drink, and one of his boys grabbed me and was like, yo, where you going? We all stick together. I'm like, I'm going. I told him I'm going to the bar real quick to get a drink. And he was like, man, we don't pay for drinks. And he handed me a whole bottle of Hennessy. So mind you, we're in VIP chilling. It's me, French Montana, a bunch of his friends, a few of my friends. What's his name? Funkmaster Flex. Who else was there? Funkmaster Flex, Montana. There was another celebrity there. I forgot who. Nah, some girl just wrote me some funny shit. Anyways, so he's like, yo, we don't buy drinks. He hands me a whole bottle of Henny, and I'm like, what do I owe you for this? And he was like, nigga, the label pays for that. So I'm like, oh, that's crazy. So like, now I understand. It made me understand a little bit about the game. Like when artists do pop-ups and shit at bars and clubs and shit like that, they're not paying for anything. The label's paying for that because they write it off as they write it off like a tax write-off. They use it like that and shit. Yo.
Yo, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
My bad, yo, I ended up going to the gym.
I was waiting for you to call.
Yeah, I ended up going to the gym. My bad.
Hold on.
Come on, let's go. Rápido, rápido. City of Saints? More like City of Dead.
Some Sticky Link vibes.
Yeah.
And nigga, in the morning, nigga, she's like, yo, my titties are sore. They're mad sore. She was talking about that she's late, nigga. That she's gonna be on my birthday. On my birthday, it's 2 days, she's gonna be late. Nigga. And she fucking, she squeezed her nipple, nigga, and milk came out, and I'm like, hey, yo.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So,
Uh-oh.
So this morning I woke up, I hit her up like, yo, how you feeling? Like, you figured it out? 'Cause you know she was always telling me shit. And bro, bitch blocked me on everything, so I don't know.
Did she say that she thinks it's yours, that it's his, or like, what's this?
Awesome shit, but I feel like she doesn't know.
It sounds like she doesn't know.
One or the other, nigga.
Yeah, definitely. Damn, that's
I'm back with
crazy.
baby girl, though. You heard?
So what happened?
I'm back with baby girl now.
Oh my god, this nigga is crazy, bro.
Nigga, she's trying to have a kid like crazy, and I'm still fucking other bitches, bro. I've been wildin', nigga. I've been catching plays out here, you hear me?
Yo, what's up, wildin' out here?
My nigga, I mean, nice.
Yeah. Yeah, word. Yo, damn, that's crazy, man.
Nigga, but I ain't gonna be 23 ever again, but nigga, I ain't gonna be, you feel me?
True.
25 ever again, but nigga, so I'm going crazy on.
Yeah, go ahead. Just don't have too many little Reggies. Just maybe one, you know? Maybe
Nigga,
one.
see, but, yeah, but that's just it, bro. Shorty trying to move to Florida.
Oh wow.
And the more
Hold on, baby girl or the John that's pregnant?
Baby girl.
Yeah.
The more I think about it, it's like, damn, I don't know. Because I like living by myself. I'm about to get Nikki tomorrow, and it's because I live by myself.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Shorty. Hold on. Shorty thinks she's pregnant, or she went and took a pregnancy test?
She had to take a pregnancy test, yeah, but maybe that milk came out her titties, nigga.
Yeah.
She's pregnant. Yeah, she's late.
Wow.
So maybe that's why she blocked me, because she took a pregnancy test, she's not pregnant, she's like, yo, I can't deal with this shit. Because even though she was trying real hard to be with her baby dad and all that, her baby dad was a barren nigga, so we've been talking still.
Yeah.
And you feel me, I slide every once in a while, but she's trying her best to be loyal. And then
He says she's trying her best to be loyal. That's fucked up, because you shouldn't have to try. You should just be that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but man, she can't get enough of me.
yeah, that's crazy.
Her baby dad's a bird, nigga.
Yeah, word. Damn. This nigga.
But he gang, bro.
God.
Like, bro, nigga, remember, he caught a DUI too, right? Second DUI.
Yeah.
This bitch, the night that I went to go see, the night before she squeezed her titty, she caught her third DUI, nigga.
Oh, shit.
That's why I went to go see her, because I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Nigga, like, we were supposed to make that night home, guys. You feel me?
Yeah.
She caught that DUI, so it's not anything, but when she pregnant with my kid, nigga, she grabbed that baby and tail. So, nigga, I'm thinking with
So the thing about that is like to like figure out ASAP if she is for sure, and then to figure that out, like really have her like try to do a time frame and shit like that, and I would just, damn, that's a crazy situation if she ends up in jail pregnant. Damn, that's just crazy, because it's just like, you gotta keep. Oh, yeah, she definitely gonna hate you, and this is definitely gonna be a story to tell your grandkids, for sure. But, yeah. Oh, damn, that's what it go. I keep forgetting that. The girl has no clue about this.
No, she doesn't even know that I was gonna be seen.
Well, she shouldn't know, duh, but okay, so.
She thinks that I stopped fucking with her. Like, you know, when I been the whole time, even when I was with her, I was
Yeah.
my little bitch, my little forever bitch.
Yeah, I feel you. I thought my little forever bitch was my little forever bitch, and found out she was being everybody's forever bitch.
There was a post that said, she said, I miss him. At 17, I just got excited.
Yeah. He said 17 of us got excited. Oh my god. I'm thinking of the one I'm thinking about, like, posting that, and how many niggas is mad happy about to send that text, like, you good?
You feel me? I don't know, bro. They always double back, bro. Niggas, they all like that, bro. You just gotta
I'm
think,
telling you, bro, they definitely do, yo, and it's crazy, because, yo, Shorty really had me thinking, like, she wanted the whole long term, man. This bitch the one. So I'm like, yo, what's going on? Like, what's up with you? Why you crying? She was like, nothing. I'm like, nah, you can't just be crying next to me. Like, did I do something? Like, what's going on? She's like, nah, you didn't do nothing. She goes, it's just that I don't want things to end how they did before. So I'm thinking, like, well, I know I ain't doing nothing. So I told her a million times, like, oh, this time, like, it's definitely long, real talk, to even get that chance again, so I'm not gonna fuck that up. So when she said that, I thought of two things. I thought, one, either it's something completely different, and that's just what you came up with to tell me at that moment, or bitch, you're doing you, and you don't want to be the one. You don't want this to end how it ended before, because of you doing you, not because of me doing me, but because of you doing you and me possibly finding out. And then little do I find out a little bit later, the bitch is doing her. So now I'm thinking, like, wow, so you was crying that night, making it seem like you didn't want shit to fuck up because of maybe me fucking up, but the whole time you just had a guilty conscience because you knew you was doing you, and had me stringing along thinking everything was all sweet, and this is the real chance and the goal, and we about to do this, and she talking about having 5 kids, buying a house and all this shit. All this shit that's long-term shit. You know what I'm saying? And to come to find out, like, bitch, this was all just talk while you were bored. Like, and then the shit that pissed me off was like, yo, like, I feel like the only reason Shorty even came around was because she was sad about what was going on with her mom. And my thing was like, yo, if you was just sad and needed someone to talk to and just needed some, like, sympathy dick, you could have just told me that. I literally would have came and gave you that and left. But you had me thinking like, no, you want a man, you want a relationship, you want someone to be with you. And that's how I went into the shit. So when I found out that's not what it was, I was fucked up over that shit. I was like, damn, like, what the fuck? Yeah, exactly. I was settling when in reality you could have just told me like, yo, I just want some company. I'm a little sad right now, blah, blah, blah. And I still would have still been cool with just that. I would have been cool with that. But I would have knew how to approach the shit.
That's what when you do your own thing, either way, that's why, like, either way, bro, it's better to cheat on them when you with them and shit.
Yo, it really kind of is, yo. It's like, and I don't even think it's just, I think the word cheating is like something that needs to be like examined, because I think it's just living, you know what I mean? Just living, because as much as you think, oh, man, Shorty won't do that, I feel like they all doing it, all of them, especially in this era, man. They got these things they got these things in their hand all day that we're holding right now called the fucking cell phone, right? If the bitch got a social media of any sort and she's any type of pretty, you gotta understand, niggas is trying every single day. Every single day, and the bitch is not gonna say no to 1,000 niggas every other day. She's gonna respond to somebody, even if she has a whole physical person in her life next to her every day. She's gonna entertain the phone shit because they're just going to. I mean, we do it, they do it. It's like, so why fault anybody? Like, fuck cheating. Like, I don't even think we should call it cheating. I think we should just call it living. Like, I don't even know how to explain this shit, but it's just crazy. Yeah. 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 Yep. Yo, my son Cameron said it the best. Look, a nigga a fake love for a nut, and a bitch a fake a nut for love. You feel me? It don't get no better than that. Like, that's as simple as it gets, man. A nigga will fake love for a nut just to fuck your dumb ass, and a bitch will act like she coming just cause she wants you to love her. Not in the sense of if she's actually coming or not, but she will gas you up and make you think it's everything in the world, not just the sex, but just the relationship, just so she can feel like someone's loving her.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Shit is crazy, man. We living in a wild ass world right now. But yo, holla at me when you get back to your crib or tomorrow or whatever, man. We'll talk more. Alright, man. Be easy. Yo, life is crazy, right? Life is crazy. And mind you, while I was with this girl, I was done. Yo, I'm not an ugly dude. Like, I'm not an ugly dude. I mean, yo, man. Bitches, dubbing them like, no, I can't talk to you, nah, I got a girl, yo, chill, blah, 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 because this was someone that I really put high on a pedestal and really cared about and wanted a long-term thing with. So I just really was dubbing people like crazy, not like crazy, like there's so many of them, but enough for a nigga to definitely fall for the trap, and I did it. Not this go around. I did before, but this go around I didn't. And just to find out that bitch is just crazy. Like, wow, I could have just been doing me. You know what I'm saying? And she's a very beautiful girl, but I ain't an ugly dude, and she's not my first beautiful girl, and she's definitely not gonna be the last. You check my track record of girlfriends, everybody fucked an ugly bitch, but girlfriends, bro, you can't find an ugly bitch in my track record, bro. You just can't. You just can't. Maybe they didn't all have the best body, but they was all beautiful women. Beautiful women. All of them. All of them. I think only one of them, no, two of them really didn't have like the best body. But the rest of them was all females that every guy wants. You know what I'm saying? I've always had that type of girl. And I was really dubbing girls like that while I was with this chick because I really fucked with her. But for what? Just to find out that you doing you, it's like, it just blows my mind. And like I was telling him, right, the one night we're laying in bed, she's like, oh, I don't want things to end how they did before. I'm like, all right, cool. They're not going to on my end. I'm doing nothing that you could call unfaithful to this relationship. Nothing at all. But you over here texting niggas, chilling with niggas when you're going out of town to visit some family shit. I'm like, wow. This shit blew my brain. It blew my brain. I was like, yo, if you could really have a nigga out of town when you going to visit family and friends and shit, it just made me think, like, what the fuck are you doing with somebody that's in town that I just don't know about? You know what I mean? So, man, I'm just cool on relationships. Like, relationships I'm completely done with. I'm just gonna have sex for the rest of my life. Maybe stick around the next morning, and that's it. But being with somebody, fuck that. Fuck that. You don't know what nobody's up to, man. It's crazy. Like, it's crazy how the tables turn. You know, when you're with somebody and you're fucking up, and they're mad at you. 4 years go by, y'all get back together. Now they're doing the shit that they left you for, and that shit is crazy. That shit is crazy. Life is just crazy. Where's this target at? Let's go get this nigga. Alright, I'm done. I'm off that topic. Let's get back to this French Montana shit, right? So, right, we're in the club, right? The nigga's telling me, he's like, yo, we don't pay for drinks. Gives me a whole bottle of Henny. I'm like, cool, whatever. The whole point of this French Montana story is because we were listening to Ain't Worried About Nothing, right? So we go back on stage and shit. He's doing songs that are already out. Then he goes and he's like, yo, I'm gonna perform a song that's not out yet. Y'all let me know what y'all think. And the fucking song was this shit. Nigga ain't worried about nothing. Nigga ain't worried about nothing. It was this shit. So I literally could say I'm like one of the first people, everyone in that club, not just me, popping, but when that shit dropped, that shit was hard. Like, French and Meek were like the hardest motherfuckers when at that time. 2013, 2014, even 2015, like they were just going crazy with the shit. And then it just started slowing down and shit. But life. I went to like 7 different Frenchie shows. By like the 3rd show, he actually like remembered me and some of my friends. He was saying what's up and shit. The first show was the best one because we were chilling, and I wish I had footage of this because I feel like every time I tell this story, I feel like it sounds like a lot, but if you go on YouTube and look up French Montana, Lincoln University, you'll see he's performing at a college out by Philly, and we're at the show. We're on stage. You'll see me on stage. I'm wearing a black and orange Bengals jacket, right? And he brings out this chick. She's like in an all-green neon suit shit. This is while he's performing the Anaconda shit with Nicki. Was it Anaconda or some shit like that? No, it was Freaks. So he brings her out. Yo, shorty got the crazy fatty, right? We do the show, he does the show, we're at the show, he finishes the show. We go to the hotel now. Escape the drug dealers. Now we go to the hotel. Oh, I knew it. I fucking knew it. I should have just put body armor on. So we go to the hotel. He pays for 3 rooms. A room for him, a room for his brother, and a room for me and Ted and the niggas that we were with and shit. But there's mad bitches. We probably brought like 25 bitches back to the hotel with us, right? We all go to his room first because we all rolling up, smoking and chilling and shit. I'm sitting on the bed, and I have my phone on the charger. He went and he sat down first. He went and sat. Where he sat was right next to where I had my charger at. So I was going over there to sit there anyways. My charger's there, right? So I go sitting where my charger's at. I'm sitting next to French. Mind you, I've been listening to French since the early 2000s, like Coke Wave. Before he was even cool with Max B, I was listening to French. So to meet him that first time was mad dope. I had mad fun that night. So we're chilling and shit, and the bitches finally come in. We're all in the lobby, right? We get to the room. The bitches get there. They come in the room. We're sitting next to each other. He's like, wait. I asked him if we could take a picture, but we just left the show. So he's like, yo, let me finish like cleaning up all the sweat and shit, and we'll take a picture. I'm like, all right, cool. I didn't even ask for the picture no more after that. I could have probably got it, but I was just like, it is what it is. He trying to clean himself up and shit. He's mad sweaty, whatever. So whatever, we're sitting next to each other. He's wiping fucking forehead with like a rag and shit, and the bitch is coming. So now we're all just sitting there chilling and shit, blah blah blah. And he tells all the bitches to come over, stand in front of him, and to turn around. And yo, like mind fucking control. They all walk up to us, they stand right in front of us, and all turn around, right? And they're like, like poking the ass out, looking back at it and shit. I'm sitting there next to this nigga. This nigga nubs me with his shoulder. With his elbow. Looks over at me. He's like, yo, which one you think got the fattest ass? And I look over at my boy, and I'm like, yo, am I really like comparing asses with French Montana right now? Like, this shit is so fucking crazy. And I was like, shorty with the green definitely got it, right? So everyone's laughing and shit. Not like hysterically laughing, but just a little giggle and shit. She comes up to me and she's like, yo, you got the nicest eyebrows I've ever seen on a man before. And I'm like, yo, word? I'm like, yo, you got the fattest ass I've seen all week. And we all cracking up and shit. So then we go back to, we finally go back to the room that we got for us and shit. We're chilling. Like 5-6 girls in there. French got like 10 girls in his room, and his brother had like 6 girls in his room. We're all chilling, smoking, drinking and shit, finding out where everybody's from, who everybody is and shit. French's brother, his name's Zach. French's brother comes in the room, right? We're chilling. I find out that he actually did time in PA, and he knew some people from around my way and shit like that he did time with. We're talking about that. So he goes back to his room, but on his way out of my room, he looks back and tells the bitches there's 2 beds in there. So like it was me and 2 of my boys sitting on one bed, and we're directly in front of the other bed talking to all the bitches and shit. And while he's walking out the room, he looks back and he goes, okay ladies, use condoms, and walks out. Man, why this one bitch just started talking mad shit? Oh, ain't nobody come here to fuck nobody, blah, blah, blah. Just talking mad shit. She ended up getting all the bitches in our room, grabbed all of them, went over to Zach's room, grabbed all of them bitches, making a scene the whole time. And then goes and starts banging on Frenchie's door, because her homegirl was in there with French. There was like 10 of them in there. They were all together. Banging on the door. Oh, bitch, we out of here. Fuck these niggas. Da, 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 da. Her homegirls are like, we ain't leaving. But she's the fucking one with the car and all that shit. Or I don't know. She just seemed like she was the one in charge of them or something. Like she was, must have been the one with the car, or I don't fucking know. But so pretty much French's brother spoiled mad pussy for us that night. It mind you, this is when we just got to the telly. We didn't even get to really like relax. Everybody's still like, who are you and where you from and shit like that. And fucking Zach, man, this nigga, I'll always remember this shit, yo. He goes, all right, ladies, make sure you use condoms, and leaves the room. Why, bro? Why? Bitch started spazzing out, going crazy, fucking took all the bitches and left the telly. That shit was a funny ass night. It's funny. It was funnier as it was happening. I'm sorry, my story isn't entertaining to you guys, but it was definitely funny as hell while it was happening. We gotta get away from these fucking drug dealers. Yeah, hold up. Why don't we just drop a fucking... I definitely had some fun in those days. We went to the fucking Rick Ross and Friends show. That shit was fire. The Rick Ross and Friends show was dope. sliding over to a public lobby. This shit's too quiet, too dead. Wow, the whole time my mic was on no one. I was wondering, like, why is nobody talking? Nah, I didn't hear you this whole time. My mic, I didn't know my voice chat was on no one. I just told the whole fucking story and nobody heard that shit unless you were watching the stream, then you did, but... I did not hear none of that shit. That's crazy. I was over here talking to the stream and shit. But what I was saying was I'm about to go to a public lobby because this lobby's quiet and dead and boring. You getting off? Alright. I'm switching lobbies.